Hi guys, I'm Anastasia, welcome to my art channel. Today is already October 31st and it is last day of Inktober challenge, and I already did my last drawing and now I'm going to do a sketchbook tour. Yay! I drew the sketchbook cover for Inktober day first. I used black inks and white gouache. And for a day too, I was trying to make very detailed drawing, so I had all these cute plants. And on the third day I decided to use my violet color ink, and I thought that it would look bad on a toned paper. So I took a watercolor paper sheet and then glue it in my sketchbook. I really like how this piece came out. I drew it with a dip pen and acrylic inks, and I tried to make the hair very detailed. This sketch I also did on a watercolor paper with a dip pen and black acrylic inks. This is Asian witch, and I really like these tiny little flowers and her kimono and this black cat. But I think the hands came out very small. And this piece called Mask, I was inspired by official Inktober prompt list. Now I think I should draw the mask a little bit smaller, but I really like how the hair came out. Also, I've added a lot of different details here. And for the day 7, it was some kind of relaxing piece that I called Halloween Cat's Party. I really like this tiny black mask. Also, I add a lot of different details, such as candles, spiders, and the Halloween sign. I was using my dip pen and black acrylic inks. Also, I was trying to make the shadows with the dots. Oh, and here I was trying to do an ink wash. I've got a speed paint video where I'm telling a little story how I spilled my inks while drawing this. And the inks was everywhere. And only half of the bottle left. And I was using my very old dip pen. Here it is, you can see how old is it. But anyway, I like how it came out, especially I like these tiny beds, and I like the bushes with the lonely berries, and I think it look pretty creepy. And for this piece, I want to draw something very happy and shiny. Just look at this tiny cat. He is so cute. And this was a relaxing piece. I didn't make any sketches, I was just drawing with a dip pen and added some highlights with a white colored pencil. And for the day 11 of Inktober, I drew a witch sitting home, drinking coffee and talking with her cat friend. Also, I was trying to add as many small details as I can. As you can see, here is a socks on a window, and under the table is other one. Also I added some plants and paintings and spiders, and I was trying to add different textures to make it look more interesting. But I think the witch hat came out pretty big. I should do it a little bit smaller. And now I want to show you a colored drawing of a mystical satyr girl that I did for Inktober day 16. I wanted to draw something very tender and sweet, and I wanted to use a silver acrylic paints. I drew it on a watercolor paper. And here is the other one piece, not from a sketchbook, that I drew for Inktober day 23. I call it the rainy day. I've got a speed paint video of this drawing at my channel. I drew it with the black acrylic inks, and I used a lot of silver acrylic paints here. Also, I added tiny dots with the silver glitter glue. I really like how the both pieces came out. And now let's continue the sketchbook tour. Oh, and here's one of my worst drawings. This is a sketch of a mystical girl, but she looks very serious and not mystical at all. I drew her without a pencil sketch. And the next day I have found my old brush pen, and I decided that I should draw something with it too. Also, I have found that drawing without a pencil sketch, it is very fun. I think these little witches look a little bit retro. So for the next day, I drew a modern punk girl. I really like this sketch very much. I used a brush pen, and also I used my liner Faber-Castell Eco Pigment 0.3 size. And the next day I drew one more witch with my brush pen without a pencil sketch, so she came out a little bit retro again. I have called this piece the Forest Walk, and I was trying to draw some creepy forest that full with ghosts, but this ghost on top look pretty weird. The next day I decided to draw some fashion witch. I really like her pose and these tiny flowers on her head. And this weird stuff is some kind of ear accessory. Oh, and here is a sleepy witch. For this drawing I've got a speed paint video at my channel. You can check it if you didn't saw it yet. And here is a retro space witch. Again I drew it with a brush pen and with silver acrylic paints for highlights and some stars. Oh, and this piece I don't like at all. I wanted to draw some witch that's in love with the candies and she is looking in front of her on a sweet cupcake, but I drew the cupcake in a very bad position. Also, I have colored her head with a black marker, so the shade is a little bit different from a brush pen. For day 24, I drew some Zentangle doodle flowers. If you didn't try this technique yet, I suggest you to try it, because it is very relaxing to draw different shapes and patterns. Day 25 drawing, space drifting, robotic girl, adding more Zentangle doodle elements to her body design. Also, I added some white colored pencil to add some highlights on her hair and body. I don't know, can you see it good or not? And I drew it with a brown Stabilo liner 0.4 size. I forgot to mention that my brush pen ran out of ink, so for this drawing I have used black acrylic inks again and golden acrylic paints. Also, I used white Jelly Roll pen to add some textures on her hair. I really like how this golden shade look. Here it is. You can see how beautiful it is. I think now I will use it everywhere. And now let's move on to the other day sketch. I have drew one more witch, but this time I drew a golden hair. I really love how shiny it is, and I like how it looks on the toned paper. I drew the sketch with a cheap alcohol-based marker Duxar brand. And here is my creepy Zentangle doodle witch cat. I drew it with the Stabilo liner, and I've got a speed paint video, but really I don't like how it came out. I could do it much better. Oh, and here is a drawing of some strange boy that I drew with cheap watercolor markers, and I didn't post it anywhere because he looked like a 90s kid, something like that, and these huge black glasses came out pretty awful. Here is a tiny water-based markers from a school art supplies. You could saw them in my first ever videos on the YouTube. And here is one more drawing of a skeleton face girl that I did with the markers, and here is this cheap Duxar black marker. This drawing is not very detailed. I really was so tired, sorry guys, but I like how her hair came out. And here is the day 30 drawing. I decided to make the last two drawings very detailed. I used my black liner Faber-Castell Eco Pigment 0.3 size. And it is a witch again. She is sitting at home in front of her mirror and probably doing her makeup or cleaning her face. I think I like everything in this piece except this cat, because his face looks pretty strange. And here is the last day 31 piece. Yay! I have finished the Inktober 217. Hooray! And this piece about relaxing witch. She is sitting at home and drawing. She probably was doing Inktober too. And she's very tired and happy that it finally came out to the end. And I'm very happy about it too. It was really a great experience to draw every day, and it was my first Inktober ever, and I'm very happy that I did it and to not miss even one day. Sometimes it was very hard, sometimes I was in a bad mood or have not enough time, but anyway I was continuing to drawing, and now guys, I feel so satisfied that I finished the Inktober 2017. Hooray! Thank you for watching, and if you like my Inktober 2017 sketchbook tour, don't forget to put thumbs up, leave comments and subscribe to my channel to not miss next video. See ya on Friday. Bye bye.